Scrum Master Success. Introduction to Scrum. What is Scrum? Scrum is one of several project management frameworks used in software development projects. It is an agile framework where products are developed in an iterative incremental process. Teams of 10 or fewer members break their work into goals that can be completed within time-boxed iterations called sprints. Since Scrum is a project management framework, it is necessary to learn basics of project management and agile project management before learning Scrum. What is project management? Project management is the use of a process to achieve a specified objective or a project. It involves a collection of techniques for proposing, planning, implementing, managing, and evaluating projects. Project management involves the use of specific knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to deliver something of value to people. For example, the development of software for an improved business process or improved documentation. What is a project? A project is any undertaking, carried out individually or collaboratively, involving research or design, that is carefully planned to achieve a particular goal. It is a combination of tasks, activities, and deliverables that must be structured and executed carefully to achieve a desired outcome. Before an outcome is achieved, each aspect of a project must go through phases of initiation, planning, and execution, with a definite beginning and end. This process is known as the project management life cycle. In software development, the process is called the software development life cycle. Project management methods. 1. Waterfall. 2. Agile project management. The Agile project management method has several frameworks. Scrum is one of them, and is the most commonly used in software development. Waterfall or traditional project management. Before Agile came along, people followed the traditional approach to project management. This was also known as the waterfall approach. In waterfall, projects are managed in phases. It was given the name waterfall because you complete the project in a linear sequence by moving from one phase to the next. Challenges of using waterfall-style project management. 1. It only focuses on one type of work at a time. In waterfall, it is not possible to perform work from different phases at the same time. You can only perform work on one phase at a time. For example, you will either do programming or testing. You cannot perform different types of work simultaneously. 2. Testing comes too late in the process. In waterfall, testing only begins once development has been completed. The issue here is that if we did not check for bugs while we were making the product, there is a chance we will carry over a higher number of problems later in the project. 3. Changes are difficult to make. Waterfall is not very flexible towards changes. This is because at the beginning of a waterfall project, a detailed plan is created to identify all the requirements of the project, and the project team is expected to follow the same plan for the rest of the project. For example, if you are working on the implementation phase and realize that there is a problem in the design phase, it would not be easy to go back and fix the mistake. To correct the mistake, you would have to restart the design phase and complete its work all over again. This could result in increased costs and a delayed schedule for the project. 4. Delay in product delivery. Waterfall takes a long time to deliver the product to the customer. You have to wait for all the phases of waterfall to get completed before you get to see a working product in your hands. 5. Lack of customer involvement. Clients only get to interact with the project team at the beginning of the project, when they are providing all the requirements, and then, at the end of the project, when they are receiving the completed product. The issue is that clients don't get the opportunity to provide feedback while the project work is actually being performed. Conclusion. Traditional project management methods like waterfall are not fast enough to adapt to today's rapidly changing business needs. However, they are still useful in projects that have strict timelines and budgets, like government projects. Now that you have basic information about project management and the disadvantages of traditional project management, it will be easier to understand the benefits of Agile project management. What is Agile project management? Agile project management is an alternative approach to managing projects. It was specially created for managing projects in fast-paced and constantly changing environments. While Agile became famous for its usage in information technology and software development, its popularity is rapidly spreading to other industries, including healthcare, automotive, construction, and finance. Agile project management is flexible and allows project teams to quickly adapt to situations and make changes to ensure the success of the project. Furthermore, since projects are completed in increments of usable products, customers are able to start enjoying return on investment early, and can also promptly give feedback or request needed modifications. There are 4 very important values of Agile listed in the Agile Manifesto. 1. Individuals and interactions. First, Agile emphasizes individuals and interactions, which means it recognizes the importance of good working relationships. It encourages team members to have face-to-face and direct communication between one another instead of relying on strict processes and tools. This helps them solve problems faster and become more effective as a team. 2. Working software. Secondly, Agile focuses on developing working software as early as possible, which usually means at the end of every sprint. Excessive documentation can slow down project teams. Therefore, rather than writing out detailed documentation about the project, you are instead encouraged to focus on creating the product. By quickly delivering an actual working piece of the product, the customer ends up being more satisfied. This is because the customer can check early on during the project's life whether the product fulfills their requirements or not. 3. Customer collaboration. Agile sets a high priority for customer collaboration. Teams are encouraged to work closely with the customer right from the start, and then throughout the rest of the project. The project team regularly involves the customer while making the product, and asks for feedback in every sprint. 4. Responding to change. The last and most important value of Agile is responding to change. Changes can come from anywhere and at any time. Let's say that you're working on a project in which you're developing a new software. Think about what changes can happen while you're working on your project. Your industry might shift to using a new product development technology, making the older one obsolete. Your customer might come to you in the middle of the project and say they want to change the direction of the project. They might also request that they want to add multiple new features. All these changes in the environment make it necessary for you to react quickly and implement changes to your project. If you don't take any action in response to the external changes, your project runs the risk of becoming outdated. It is important to keep up with the pace of today's fast-moving world. That is why Agile and Scrum not only expect, but also welcome changes to happen at any time on the project. What is Scrum? Agile project management has several frameworks, including Scrum and Kanban. Out of all of these frameworks, Scrum is the most famous one. Scrum is an Agile framework, where products are developed in an iterative incremental process. Scrum involves teams of 10 or fewer members, who break their work into goals that can be completed within time-boxed iterations called sprints. These sprints typically last for 2 weeks. The team decides what to build it, deliver it to the customer, gather feedback, then continue the process. What is an iterative process? An iterative process involves a repetition of processes in order to generate a sequence of outcomes. Each repetition of the process is a single iteration, and the outcome of each iteration is the starting point of the next iteration. Each iteration is a full cycle of the project management process. What is an incremental process? An incremental process involves breaking down processes into small, manageable portions known as increments. Each increment builds on the previous version, so that improvements are made step by step. Tip: in waterfall project management, projects are completed in one long sprint or project cycle that can last up to 1 or more years. In Scrum, projects are completed in several sprints or cycles. If you haven't downloaded the Scrum Guide, please download it using the provided link. The Scrum Guide is the official document, which was written by the original authors of Scrum. It is considered as the definitive guidebook on Scrum, and is also the main resource for preparing for the Professional Scrum Master certification. The audio version of the Scrum Guide is also available for your convenience. Since you are taking this coaching course because you would like to become a project team leader, like Scrum Master or Agile Coach, it is necessary to learn a little bit more about project leadership before proceeding with the Scrum course. Thank you for watching and subscribing.